This is the remix edition of my old shoulders, back, and arms video. I decided to redo the video to focus on only the most effective exercises for toning the back. If you have unwanted back fat, arm fat, I'm going to show you the most effective exercises for shedding that fat off and building muscle. If you have low back pain, bad posture, I'm going to show you how you can strengthen these muscles so you don't suffer from these lower back pains anymore. How to target your trap muscle, your deltoid muscles, your lower lumbar muscles, those lat muscles. I'm going to show you how you can create a much more sculpted back like this, where you can create that nice indentation going down your spine, as well as those nice subtle lower back muscles. Also, you're going to create a much more lower defined lower back as well, and a lower back, obviously, that's toned leads to an upper butt, a much more visible upper butt, so you can see how this is all connected. The first exercise that I'm going to be using is the compound exercise, which is the barbell row. It's a close grip. Now, I have the pad there on the bar. You probably want to have the pad off the bar so you can put your arms a little bit closer together, because my arms won't be that close to my body right here. But you can see my knees are slightly bent. I'm using an overhand grip because this allows me to help me engage the lat muscles more. My back is bent at about 45 degrees as well, and I'm pulling the bar up to about my belly button. Here is the back view. As you can see, I'm squeezing my upper back muscles as well as my lat muscles are engaged here too. And you can see if I had that bar, if I could put my hands a little bit closer, my arms would be right next to my sides. So they should be that close. Here's the side view. You can see my triceps are engaged as well. So this is not just working my back muscles. It's a total body workout. When you go to the wide grip, you might want to stagger your stance like this girl is right here, picking up the bar like a deadlift if you need to. And then just move your legs closer together, because obviously when you're doing the barbell rows, your legs shouldn't be that wide apart. But if you need to lift the bar off the ground, go ahead and do so. The wide grip, you want to switch back to an overhand grip. And you really want to squeeze your upper back muscles. Here's the back view here. You can see I'm squeezing my back muscles there. Really want to pinch those shoulder blades. The next one is the side arm raises. These are very effective at toning your triceps, as well as your shoulders, which is your deltoid muscle, as well as even working a little bit of your trap muscles and some of the upper back. So you can see your muscles are not isolated. They work together. They like to work together. Here is the side arm raises with the bar, a bent arm variation. So just in case if you can't do the straight arms, which put too much pressure on your elbows or your shoulders, you can do the bent arm variation, which is what I'm doing right here. Very effective exercise, though. Still very effective. And you can do these in rotation, pretty much without, with about 10-second rest, which is what I'm doing right here. And then you can go straight to the front arm raises right here. And these are half raises. And you pretty much want to do these pretty much until you fatigue. And then you want to rest again, and then here I'm going to actually be going to the front arm raises, where I'm going to be doing a full extension all the way up 180 degrees. These are much more better actually right here, because they give you the full rotation of your joint there. Here's a seated shoulder press. These are very effective at working your shoulders as well as upper back as well. You can do this on a seated bench, obviously, right here. Here's the standing shoulder press. These put a lot more pressure on your lower back, so you want to be more careful in performing these. You want to use more moderate weight. You might want to support your lower back by using this weight belt that I'm showing here. You also want your feet are going to be shoulder width apart in width, and you want to have maybe one foot staggered behind the other to kind of help support your lower back. Next is the deadlift, conventional or Romanian, excellent at working the lat muscles, lower back, as well as the hamstrings and glutes. Of course, you would probably perform this on a deadlift day, though. Now, some people might say, what's the point of working your back if the deadlift works your back muscles already? Well, it doesn't really work your upper back muscles. But yes, if you're a female that doesn't store a lot of fat on your upper back, and you're pretty toned in your upper back, then you could probably get away with just performing the deadlifts, because they work, your lat muscles and lower back. But I encourage everybody to perform at least one upper back exercise just to create some subtle, muscle in your upper back, and just make sure you're nice and tight in your upper back and arms as well. You can also perform the back hip extensions, excellent at working the lower back as well as the hip flexion muscles and the glutes. You can use the bench, or you can use a ball, exercise ball like this. You can also use machines too. The row machine, obviously I don't encourage machines, but you can use a machine, obviously. The row machine, excellent. It's pretty much similar to the barbell with a close grip. And the lat pull-down machine, pretty much equivalent to the barbell with a wide grip. If you can perform a good number of pull-ups, then they're a very effective exercise as well. here's just a rundown of the exercises on, what kind of sets and reps you might want to perform for each exercise. You can throw some of these in, like for instance, I don't have back hip extensions in here, so you can, throw that in one week and do shoulder press the next week or something like that. And you can obviously devote a whole day to back if you want to, but it's best to just perform it on the chest day. And just kind of a rundown, you can obviously tailor that to your fitness level. But the point is just performing some more just incorporating some back exercises into your workouts will create a much more effective toned body. Obviously, following the proper nutrition, you'll create a much more sculpted body.